officers have been through. It's fucking insane.
Probably
We've
a
had
few,
like
I'd say.
they get ousted every fucking 5 days. It feels like
Hey,
this point. Like
have you
fucking
seen
crazy.
Ropses?
Yeah.
Have you seen Ropses?
No,
Nah,
sorry.
no clue. Haven't seen.
Not too sure.
Hmm.
Ah,
Good luck.
I am an alcoholic. Throughout the last year, I have struggled with addiction. I'm on the road to recovery now and seeking professional help, but the road to sobriety is long and never easy. But what happened? How did I get here? Well, if we follow my road all the way back, my road leads to the last place you'd expect: virtual reality. Hi there. My name is Natasha, and welcome back to VRChat, the closest you can get to in-person human interaction on the internet. A lot has happened since we last spoke, and I look forward to talking about it. But first, how much do you drink? On average across the world, the average consumption of alcohol for persons above the ages of 15 in 2018 was 6.17 liters of alcohol per year. Now, for my beautiful resident Imperial System users in the crowd, let's put that into bottles of wine. Given that the average percentage of alcohol wine is around 12%, we can deduce that a liter of wine contains around 0.12 liters of alcohol. I know, math. Bear with me. That would mean that the average person consumes around 53 bottles of wine per year, or approximately 1 bottle of wine per week. Now, consuming a bottle of wine per week does not make you an alcoholic by any standard. So, how much was I drinking? Between the months of late November of 2022 and early February of 2023, I consumed give or take a bottle of wine a day, 7 days a week for a little over 2 months straight, with patches of relapse since. Look, my shame is immeasurable, but like most people in my position, it was never my intention to fall into the habit. Alcohol use disorder is an indiscriminate disease and has a variety of different contributing factors. To break it down, we have biological, environmental, social, and psychological causes for AUD. For the sake of this video, I will be leaving a lot of my personal life to the wayside, and instead I want to focus particularly on the social and environmental aspects of my alcoholism, with a keen eye on one unique angle to my affliction. VRChat, a sprawling cyberspace where tens of thousands of residents spend hours of their day catching up with long-distance friends, exploring beautiful worlds, and drinking. Drinking a lot. VRChat is incredibly unique as a community in the way that it completely revolutionizes the way in which people interact with each other online. Chat rooms and forums become lounges and bars, videos and live streams become events you can physically attend, raves to go to, parties to throw. Since its launch into the public domain over half a decade ago, VRChat has begun to develop its own culture, separate to that of physical reality. VRChat has a serious binge drinking problem, and it had a strong influence on my habits at the lowest point of my addiction. So, why is VRChat like this? The first and most interesting place to begin is the obvious environmental change that VRChat creates for its users. Let's break this down with an example. Say I intended to go out for a drink with friends on a Friday night after work. I get to the counter before I sit back down to continue my lovely little evening, and I'm painfully reminded that it's 2023, and a single beer can cost me anything between $5 and $9. So I order one, or two if I'm feeling rich, and I sit back with my friends and the night goes smoothly. Bars in person will refuse service to people who get too drunk, and getting completely wasted in public might have the chance to put me in physical danger. Realistically, there's a lot restricting me from going too hard. But let's rewind, and play this out in VR. I arrive at the virtual bar to hang out with my friends, and I sit down for a fun night, but unlike the physical bar, there's no need to head to the counter. I have already bought an entire case of beer, a 24-pack from the supermarket for, on average, the same price as 3 drinks from a bar. I don't have anyone physically with me, no judging eyes to make me uncomfortable with my own decisions. Physically, I'm alone in my house, safe from any actual harm that someone else might do to me. And now I am completely free to drink like there's no tomorrow. So, I do. I mean, why not, right? It's so much easier this way. Imagine going to a rave bar with no line for the bathroom, no bouncers, no restrictions. It's not long before I'm completely gone. I didn't notice how much I'd been drinking. My vision wasn't noticeably blurry until I could barely keep my eyes open, with my entire surroundings rendering at 100th of the resolution of the human eye. I didn't realize I couldn't walk because I haven't had to stand up in over an hour, just sitting on my desk chair sliding around with a joystick. The night ends with me crumpled in a heap on the floor, passed out. And why stop there? I probably have some cans left over, and there's always another party going on somewhere else across the world in VRChat. Why not do it again tomorrow? Why not? Now look, VRChat is by no means the sole reason that I or others might begin to drink in this way. But the environment that it provides is the perfect breeding ground to enable this sort of behavior. Obliterating yourself with alcohol is easier, cheaper, and frictionless in a virtual space, and can become a habit repeated daily with very little effort. In fact, I found that it was encouraged. Now, that may come across as rather accusatory, but this is where VRChat's binge drinking stops being simply a byproduct of its functionality and starts becoming a culture, pervasive throughout its community. One of the most obvious symbols of this are the drinking games. Present in a number of VRChat's most popular worlds, they promote an obscene amount of drinking to their users, something that I found myself a part of at the heart of my alcoholism. It's all fun and games until the shots start to add up, and you find yourself drinking somewhere upwards of 14 shots because you lost a spin the bottle match. Hi there! In this segment of the video, I figured that it might be fun to actually visit some of these drinking worlds and see just how many shots they're putting on the table for these spin the bottle games. Now, I myself have quite a bit of experience with these activities, so I know what I'm getting myself into. But let's just see what the most amount of shots I can give myself is with the least amount of spins. Let's go take a look. For the sake of this experiment, I'm going to be assuming that I'm in a group that's going to specifically target me with as many shots as possible. So in any case where I get a give shots or buddy shots, I'm going to assume that that's going to be aimed at me. I'm only doing this because this is how it's happened to me before. In fact, I had one experience in B Club 2 where I earned 10 shots of gin in 2 spins. Not exactly a fun night, that one, I will make that clear. Now, the argument against these becomes, oh, but you're not meant to take them seriously, you're meant to take them as sips, and that's not the point. The point is for the one person, or me in this case, who takes it dead seriously and almost gives themselves alcohol poisoning. Alcohol poisoning being another problem that I have heard horror stories about and even seen with my own eyes. Unsurprisingly, what I've found from these 3 worlds that I've picked, all 3 of them being on the front page of VRChat by the way, is that it is incredibly easy to absolutely load yourself with shots before even like 30 minutes passes. It is incredible the pace at which the drinks just fly off. It is an incredibly unhealthy practice, and something that can lead to pretty devastating effects if you take the games at face value seriously. One of the main contributing factors to the formation of unhealthy drinking habits is peer pressure, something that VRChat has in no short supply. Now, I want to make it very clear here that I am in no way accusing VRChat's user base of promoting alcoholism. That would be too far. Instead, the manner in which the culture of VRChat operates makes it hard to indefinitely refuse the temptation, especially for someone who might already be suffering from alcoholism. See, in a small group of people, you wouldn't expect to have everyone drinking every night. However, in the world of VRChat, where you're sifting through public worlds full of hundreds of different people, you would have a hard time going through an entire session without running into or being approached by someone who is intoxicated in one way or another. The word cheers is thrown about consistently throughout VRChat's most popular worlds on a constant basis, and after hearing it so much, it becomes easy to join the crowd and pick up a drink yourself. Such is how it starts. But when does it end? For some, like me at the lowest point of my addiction, it seemed improbable that it would end at all. It is important to be sure that you have the capability to stop, such as the difference between somebody who drinks a cider every evening because they want to, and an alcoholic who needs help. In VR, the power to be there and intervene for the people that you meet and love is greatly diminished. For a lot of people, myself included, the people that I spent the majority of my time around didn't even live in the same country as me. There was no way for someone to come check in on how I was doing. It's easy to become isolated and fall deeper into worse and worse habits. Now, it wouldn't be a VRChat video essay without an interview, and I have a particularly special guest to bring on to speak about their experiences. Let's go say hi. Hi, Tasha. Hi, Tasha. What's the date for you right now? It's sometime early January 2023. About you? It's November for me, yeah. You seem tired. Well, I am. You seem drunk. I am. Right. I just have a couple of questions. I figure I already know the answer to most of these, but humor me. Sure. Sorry, have you talked to anyone about your drinking? No, but I'm sure people have seen us drunk. And you're okay with that? No. No, right. Sorry, I understand. Okay, well, VRChat. You know, I'll start out with the main one, to the point. Do you think VRChat enables your alcoholism? Sure. How do you mean by that? Well, there's always someone drinking when I get online. Someone comes up to you, asks you if you've got anything to drink. Sometimes I just put my hand up, pretend I have a glass of gin or something. They yell cheers, all giddy like that. It feels nice to be a part of that. There's energy there. You know, there are whole worlds with hundreds of consistent players, all drunk all the time. Well, why not join them, I guess, right? Why not? I guess there's nothing really stopping you. So long as I have something to drink, yeah. Well, you mentioned the drinking worlds. Have you ever tried the drinking games in there? Yeah, I have. I know the numbers stack up pretty hard. I feel like you're not meant to take them super seriously. You know, the whole thing like a shot in VRChat just means a sip. Oh no, I've done the actual amount of shots. A couple times. Of, what alcohol? Gin. What, you're like 20? Like, what's the most amount you've drunk in a night? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I told you I don't know. Look, I don't like your tone. I'm sorry. I just worry about you. You know, every morning you're hungover. Every day I watch you break down. I don't even know how you're managing to keep it working full time. Like, I know it's hard. It's fine. No, it's not fine. Is there really no one you would feel comfortable talking to? Like family, friends? No. Have you thought about professional help? Not even your fiance? Never. No. I'm sorry. There's a lot I wish I could tell you. I bet. You know I'd be interested to hear it. Don't be nosy. You'll find out anyways. I can tell you things get better eventually. Yeah, right. They all say that. They're never lying to you. I know you can't understand that right now. That's okay. I promise things will get better. People love you, Tasha. Not the ones you think already do, but you'll find out. Didn't realize I would get so cryptic. And I didn't realize I was so sarcastic. Good lord, alright. That's all I have to say. Thanks for answering my questions. You're welcome, and good luck. I never needed. No, I guess you don't. Do you want a hug? No, right. Yeah. No, I didn't think so. Hi there, me again. If you made it this far through the video, I appreciate you. I know that this one wasn't the easiest one to watch. It's hard to hear that a space that you might love for its freedom of use and versatility might also enable unhealthy and self-destructive behaviors. But it's a real issue that I have experienced firsthand in my 900 odd hours on this platform. The problems here are foundational, systemic. To attempt to find solutions would be to call into question a wide variety of unrelated people and their actions that on their own would be completely harmless. So here I pitch it to you to do whatever is within your power to help those around you. If you know anyone that you think might be struggling, reach out to them. Those who struggle with alcoholism are not to be shamed or chastised, but, shown love and supported. Show them that you care, they will appreciate it. I know that awareness is the least I can do and it can't save everyone, just like it didn't save me. But every little step counts in the fight against addiction, even in our beautiful virtual reality. Stay safe, drink water, and remember, there really is no place like VRChat. See ya! Who knew the words would be so hard to come by, especially when I'm trying to express myself, and when life goes too fast for poetry, all these feelings just bottle up. And every day I try and I try, but no matter how much I try, nothing comes out every night. I cry and I cry, but only on the inside. Nothing gets out.